So we're going to move to our next presenter, who is Larissa Gonçalves. Larissa, are you here? There she is. Okay, great. So Larissa is going to be presenting on planning and monitoring canopy bridges for an endangered primate in southern Brazil, enhancing connectivity for arboreal mammals. Go ahead, Larissa. If you could go ahead and share your screen, I'll make sure it's working here.
I will present this. I'm from the Federal University of Rio Grande do Sul in Brazil, in the south of Brazil, and I will present a work that it's talk about an endangered primate in the southern of Brazil. So in addition to mortality, arboreal animals suffer from reduced habitat connectivity, which poses a significant challenge for road mitigation. And here, the aim is presenting a planning framework for selecting priority sites for the implementation of canopy bridges to reduce roadkill of brown howler monkeys, Alouatta guariba clamitans, in a road network in southern Brazil. And also I want to present the evaluation of the use of these bridges by howler monkeys and other arboreal mammals species. The brown howler monkeys is considering one of the 25 most threatened primates in the world, according to this document reported by the IUCN. So the distribution of these species that I will talk about is in the map in the orange. It's the Alouatta guariba. And its distribution go to the south of Brazil, where I am from. So here I will talk about the subspecies, the southern brown howler monkey, Alouatta guariba clamitans, and this species is the main threats for this species are the habitat loss and the fragmentation, and also the dog attacks, the electrocution, and also the collisions with cars. And other problem is that this species is very suitable for yellow fever. So we have recent outbreaks that threaten the populations of these species in the south of Brazil. So here I will present a mitigation planning scheme, and this scheme was organized by steps. The step number one, we did a selection of roads within the network that we were working, where the presence of these species had been recorded before. So the road network was 706 kilometers. So we did a systematic survey by car in all this network, and we also searched for occurrence of the species in the Brazilian database from the Brazilian National Group. We also look at the Brazilian database for primates, and the only road that we found the occurrence of this species is the road that it's in the south of the map. The red points are some occurrence that we had. So we selected this road. This road is 83 kilometers long, and we looked just for this road. So the second step was map the areas with native forest cover around the road. So we selected just squares around the road that we have 100% of forest cover, and we did that. We selected 19 areas that we have this this aspect of 100%. If we look at the map, the road, it's not in a forest over the amount of forest, not total in the surroundings of the road. So we select these segments, and for each segment, we go to the step number 3, that we look at these areas and we go to interview local community. So we interview people to know if they have been seen holler monkeys around her houses or their works. And we made a lot of questions, and we also show the map, and people can indicate in the map the areas that they usually see the occurrence of the species, or see or hear the species too. So 80% of the interviewers had seen or heard the species every week. So it's very frequently that people see the species. So we have some areas that people indicate where the species is, and also 38% of people indicate that they had seen a holler monkey road-killed. So we also have some points on the road that people indicated there were roadkills of holler monkey species. So the next step was the identification of sites for the implementation of canopy bridges. For each site that we had the occurrence of the species, both the occurrence from the actual occurrence or the areas that people indicate, we made a buffer of 1 kilometer, and we indicate the rope ladder type of canopy bridges between 300. The interval between bridges was 300 meters in each of the zones that we selected. So after all of these steps we did with some mapping, now the next step, we went to the field and made a field inspection. We inspected all the sites to see the feasibility of the trees and select places where were trees in both sides of the road to implement the canopy bridges. And then the company, the road company, the company responsible for the road, implemented the canopy bridges, implemented 21 canopy bridges distributed across 6 zones in this along the road. This implementation was in November 2022, and the results that I will present now, it's about 20 canopy bridges because a car crashed with one of them. Then now we just sorry. Okay, now we are monitoring the canopy bridges. We start the monitoring after the implementation. So the first monitoring was between February and August of 2023. We installed 1 camera trap per bridge, continually is active and capturing videos. And the contract was over. Then we restarted the contract last year. So we have now the second monitoring that started in September 2024, and we are working on it until now. So we divided the records, were classified into 2 categories. One is the use It's just if the animal pass in front of the camera and we can see if they cross the road. And the second category is the complete crossing. We can see in the video that animals go to the other side of the road by the canal region. Okay, here the first monitoring, the results for the first 6 months after the installation. The howler monkeys are our target species, but in the first 6 months, we just have these two reports. One is a complete crossing and another is in use. And this both records are were in the same day. So this is just one record for howler monkeys in the first 6 months monitoring. The most reported species was the white-eared opossum with a crossing rate of 0.12 crossings a day in the bridges that they were using. And the third species is the porcupine. We have a crossing rate, a lower crossing rate for this species. And we also, there were also reports for rodents. Okay, just to synthesize these results for the first monitoring, we have a zone that had the highest crossing rate, 0.6 crossings a day, and the bridge that had the highest rate was 0.8 crossings a day. Along these 20 canopy bridges, we have used for 15, and we have complete crossings in 10 canopy bridges. And as I said before, brown howler monkeys were only recorded in 1 canopy bridges in the same day. So here for the second monitoring that we started last year, now there were a lot of reports for howler monkeys, and the crossing rate was 1.3 crossings a day for the species, and they are using more bridges too. And now the different situation is for porcupines. Now they are the second most reported species in our monitoring. The crossing rate for this species was 2.5 crossings a day. So the results for the second monitoring is there are use in 16 canopy bridges, and there are complete crossings in 15 canopy bridges. And now we have the brown howler monkeys. They are using 5 canopy bridges, and remember that we have a total of 20 canopy bridges. And howler monkeys is our target species in this study. Okay, just to conclude, we have for this plan, we think that this kind of planning enable to optimize efforts and the allocation of resources, and supported the expansion of potential mitigation areas beyond the initial targets, because we have other species that are using the bridges. Collecting continued field monitoring allow us to detect the howler monkey's presence in new bridges, and bridges that were initially unused may show active over time. And bridges benefit other arboreal species, and actions originally aimed at howler monkeys can have positive spillover effects on local species. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Larissa. Your video is making me smile. Okay. The question is whether after the community members said that there were monkeys there, or you saw roadkill on the road, did you double verify that they were there by doing any surveys in the surrounding habitat?
Okay, thank you. Actually, we will do it now, this verification, because for the implementation, we didn't verify the actual occurrence. We just have the data from the roadkills and people perception, but now we will use some monitoring in the surrounding area to verify if the canopy bridges that we don't have records, if the monkeys are around or not. We will do it now, if I understood the question.
Yeah. Are you listening now?
Yes.
The second one is, do you have an explanation to the raise of the use by the howling monkeys in the second monitoring?
We had a lot of opportunistic reports by people that were passing through the road. We think that animals, we didn't put any how can I say, any attraction for animals in the bridges. So I think that animals were discovering that they are there. Actually, we don't have any, we don't know exactly why they are using now, but when they discover there is a canopy there, they started to use a lot. This is the main.
Great, thank you. I know in some places habituation can take like 9 months. So I think it's a little more. More questions? Do you have time for them? Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. How did you decide on that specific design for the canopy bridge?
Sorry. Why we decided to the later type?
The design, that specific design, I think that was like the
Okay.
style, or yeah, how did you decide on that specific design, like to
The design.
make it efficient for the like for your target species?
Okay. We decided for that design, the specific design, because there is a project, a very long project in another area very close to this road that use the same design. It's a project that is happening like 30 years long, and the holler monks use a lot. So we decided to use the same type, the same design of bridge, just because of this.
Great, thank you.